A new motorsport era is about to begin. Hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. Now it's changing the future of motorsport. We're launching the world's first hydrogen racing series, underwritten by 4 key principles: people, power, parity, planet. At the cutting edge of technology, searching for climate solutions, and leaving nothing in our wake but water. This is the future. This is Extreme H.
Welcome to this special edition of Electric Odyssey, all about extreme hydrogen, a brand new championship. My name's Andrew Coley, I'm an ex-rally driver, television commentator and presenter, and I'm one of the voices of Extreme E. But Extreme E is changing to become Extreme H, the world's first hydrogen-based racing series. So how do you go about launching a brand new car and a brand new championship from scratch? Here's just some of the action you can see in today's episode of Electric Odyssey.
We'll follow the extensive journey of testing this groundbreaking technology. Meet with former Extreme E driver Hedda Hozos, who is now the first female driver to test the Extreme H car. But first, let's head back to basics and learn more about the power behind this revolutionary championship.
In the future, hydrogen is going to be a huge part of how we power our lives. Now here, it's providing energy for a race car, but it could be used, for instance, to provide power to a community or a factory. It's a great way of storing clean energy. But let's start at the beginning. What is hydrogen? Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. On Earth, it's mostly found in water.
The Extreme H fuel cell will be powered by green hydrogen, created using solar and hydro energy.
Now, to extract hydrogen from water, we need to split the molecules. Next, we mix the hydrogen and oxygen in their gas form in a fuel cell. Now, inside there, a specific electrochemical reaction takes place that creates electricity, which we store in the battery for later. Now, the best part of all is that the only byproduct of this entire process is water.
As the world's first hydrogen off-road racing series, Extreme H is pushing the envelope when it comes to technology. A new championship needs a new car, and Electric Odyssey has had exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the testing process. We followed the car's journey as the prototype became a reality.
Today we're making history, and that's the great thing being here. I mean, the weather hasn't helped us out, but you know, it's the first time that we've had a hydrogen racing car drive around in sort of fierce energy and competition. You know, we've got a test driver in the car, and we started in electric, and we've just gone 130 kilometers in a fully hydrogen car. So it feels pretty special.
It's a great car, isn't it? We've learnt a lot of lessons from the Odyssey 21, so it's much revised suspension details, single seat this time around. Battery technology is the same, but it's repackaged, and of course it's got the hydrogen fuel cell element.
What pressure are you on?
550.
550. 750 is maximum, no?
Yeah.
Massive credit to Spark Racing Engineering, because they were pioneers at the start of electric racing. They've carried that on, you know, they've produced the Extreme E car, the off-road version for electric racing, and now they're creating the first hydrogen racing car. And it's not all Spark alone, but you've got a number of different suppliers that have come together to make sure this dream is a reality. Today is about showing that the car can work. This is a track. We don't race on tracks. We race in the 4 corners of the earth, on glaciers, on beaches. So this isn't the environment we race on, but what this is very good at proving the technology.
We'll review over the Christmas period and then we'll come back stronger in January. By then we'll have defined exactly what our test program is, but it will be extensive and it will be rigorous.
Welcome to Chateau Lasteurs. This is where we tested the Extreme E car at the very beginning of the Extreme E journey. And here we are back testing the Extreme H car. We haven't tested it off-road yet, and ultimately we're an off-road series, so it's hugely important we put it through its paces and make sure that it's safe, that it's got the performance that we need before we lock down the design and produce all the team's cars.
We're still in arguably a prototyping stage. Through testing, you're always going to find problems, and yeah, finding good engineering solutions, and then that gets rolled on to the next test. That's what testing is all about.
In the end of the day, the car is 80% or 90% new. What we have kept is mainly the powertrains, motor inverters, but then we've done upgrades on pretty much everything else, the drivetrain, suspensions, and the complete chassis is very different to integrate the hydrogen system. And obviously we are really up to date with the very latest FIA safety regulation regarding crash tests and so on, linked to the hydrogen technology.
Very exciting to be part of this because, you know, we all like to drive as fast as possible, but to learn new things is also very interesting.
Header joins Christian and Roman, spreading out the driving duties over the 5 days. Very important for us, not only because of the ethics and ethos of our championship, but of course from a practicality and a technical point of view, that we're making sure that the steering loads, pedal efforts and so on are all commensurate with male and female drivers, so it's a key part.
You test all kind of stuff, from braking to suspension to just handling, just the small stuff. It could be, the wipers.
When we are running, we are recording all the data. There is a lot of sensor on the car, so we are recording everything. The car is running 1 lap, so we stop it, we check everything, we check all the speed, the temperature, and then we work on the setting of the car to improve everything and to gain lap time.
The power is more impressive. Acceleration still very fast. We can see that with the hydrogen we are able to do more laps, more distance compared to the electric car. So we are learning each meter, let's say, you are learning something.
For the Extreme H, we are going to introduce our new live valve suspension. So we're actually taking real-time data and making suspension changes based off those inputs. In layman's terms, as you go off a jump, we're able to sense that the vehicle is airborne and we're able to stiffen up the suspension to take that impact. It's going to make the racing faster. The cars are going to jump really well, they're going to corner really well because we just minimize all the compromises that you have with traditional suspension.
To see the car, to be there when it first ran back in December and seeing the evolution and the performance that we put on the car just today, it's very rewarding.
Electric racing visionary Alejandro Agag has turned the world of motorsports upside down. Founder of Extreme E, Formula E and E1 Racing Series, his eyes are now set on delivering the world's first hydrogen-powered championship.
When I was in my early teens and my parents were living in Monaco, from the terrace of our apartment we could see the entrance of the tunnel of the Formula 1 race, and that was the first time I kind of fell in love with motorsport. So there are two things. One is my love for cars. I love cars. Second is technology. And technology is a lot more important than just cars. Technology is, I think, the only way that we will get out of the situation we're in. We are, I would say, climate realists. We think that the only solutions come from real stuff, and technology is real stuff. It's still at quite an early stage of the technology development if you look at motor racing. That's what's beautiful about creating a hydrogen championship. Everything is new. We're exploring uncharted waters. We are discovering new things every day about Extreme H, about how to operate the hydrogen, how to transport, how to refuel the cars. Well, we work very well, very closely aligned with the FIA on everything related to safety. And hydrogen, it's a volatile molecule, and we have agreed with the FIA that we will be able to operate on a gas hydrogen instead of liquid hydrogen storage. I think that's very important, because gas hydrogen storage is available now, and we want to start as soon as possible. I think the motorsport world is very curious about Extreme H. We are the first test of hydrogen, a full hydrogen championship, and the experience that happens here will be very important for the future. We agreed a partnership with Formula 1, and they are part of our hydrogen hub. The idea there is to share with Formula 1 all the discoveries we are making, all the experience, all the data that we're getting from the hydrogen championship, to see what the potential role in the future could be for hydrogen within Formula 1. The four pillars of Extreme H are people, power, parity, and planet. People, obvious. We want people to survive in the planet long term. Power, we need energy for that. Parity, drivers, female, male. We want to really bring those two to work together. And planet is where we live. And we always say, to keep the planet going, we need to address the issues that we have, and the climate change is definitely the biggest one. Well, every time you have a first race, it's a very special feeling. The moment where many years of work come together into 1 second, which is the start of that race. So we're all looking forward very much to that first green light of the first Extreme H race.
And the excitement doesn't end here in this special episode of Electric Odyssey. We get under the bodywork of the new Extreme Hydrogen car. The biggest names in motorsport come together to discuss the future of hydrogen racing, and the brand new Extreme H car is finally unveiled to the world.
This is the Pioneer 25, the brand new race car for Extreme H, and it takes all the learnings of running the Odyssey 21, the Extreme E car, for 4 years and makes some huge improvements. Let's start with the suspension, which of course is so important in off-road racing. Everything on this car has been beefed up. That means the tracks can be a bit wilder, the drivers can get into each other a little bit more, and we've got this incredible suspension from Fox Racing. It's fitted with a live valve, which means the drivers from their seating position can adjust the car while they're driving it. So if you want a different feel to your teammate, you can adjust it. Coming up to a big jump, you can change it. It's slippery, make a little adjustment. This car is dialed. The new car has an adjustable steering column, an adjustable seat and adjustable pedals. With gender equality in Extreme E, it means when you've got two drivers of very different heights, they can both get the optimum driving position. Now I'm surrounded by everything I need when I'm racing, all the different adjustments I can make. I've got two screens here which show me the rear views in case someone's trying to pass me. And most importantly of all, we've got this incredible new safety cell should the worst happen. So on then to the drivetrain. At the top here we've got two hydrogen fuel tanks. They hold 25 litres or a kilo of hydrogen in each. That powers the Symbio fuel cell. The Symbio fuel cell then creates electricity which goes into the battery and allows us to unleash 400 kilowatts of total power down onto the racetrack. Now the fuel cell needs a bit more cooling, which is what all these fans and radiators are for at the back. And if you're wondering where all the mud comes from, that is because we have already done 3 whole seasons worth of racing with this test car. It's faster, it's greener, it's stronger. We've even been told it jumps better. This bad boy is going to be ready for 2025.
An extraordinary racing car needs extraordinary test drivers, and Hedda Hozos is the first woman to get behind the wheel of the Pioneer 25. On International Women's Day, we followed Hedda as she prepared for testing.
It's very special actually to be the first woman into testing Extreme H car. You learn a lot by testing. You try to, when you go race, you go for a lap time, but this time it's more about, okay, how does it feel? Also from the different drivers, Roman is here and he's a lot of experience. I learned from him by listening to them.
So here you have a big jump. Normally, I don't know if you saw this morning.
Yeah.
It will be interesting because she's used to Extreme E, like that she can really compare and give her point of view. It's very important when you do testing like that to split between drivers, because for sure each person has some preference, and I think it's very important to have a different input, so I'm sure she will enjoy. The hardest part is here because it's off camber, you see, so it's pulling you out.
Yeah.
So try to stay quite inside all the way. You want to do a lap to drive?
Yeah, I can just do one, then I can feel myself and you can see if I go the right way.
She's pushing, huh? See?
So just been out with the pickup and watching the test track. It's very rough already, they've been testing the car all day. Roman was showing me where to be careful, where to watch, and here is off camber, so it's nice to have him here. But then I can have this a bit higher again. So Roman has been out today, the whole day today, so finally it's my turn, so it's going to be really exciting to have my first run in the car. Yeah, that's better. These ones are a bit loose, they could have been more tight because now I can't go further down.
Yeah, okay.
Feeling very excited to be in a hydrogen car. It's going to be very interesting to compete to the Extreme E cars. So yeah, really looking forward to it. So just on the first lap in the hydrogen car, so yeah, generally a very good car, you know, very smooth on the bumpy sections and, you know, easy to handle, and we tried some different settings, so yeah, it was a good run.
After more testing and a brand new livery, I sat down with Hedda to get an insight into what it feels like to drive this pioneering car. So tell us about Extreme H and the testing you're doing.
We still have a lot of testing to do. For the kilometers we have now on that car, it's more than 3 seasons with the Extreme E car, so it's a good sign.
How's transition from being race driver to being test driver and what they're asking of you? It must have been strange.
It's different because I'm very used to just go racing, to setting a lap time. So it's weird to not just go flat out. You have to deliver the car back.
There's some pressure there, isn't there?
The first test I had, I was like, don't do a stupid mistake, don't go flat out, you know? But then when you drive it, you just get used to it.
So you're the first female to drive the Extreme H car, which is amazing, obviously. But are you aware of the fact that girls are now seeing Extreme E and Extreme H as a career path?
I think it's amazing what Extreme E has done. They are setting us in the same car as the men, on the same track, and you know, we are competing with them.
And looking forward to next season. Yeah, it's great being the test driver, but I think I know where you want to be.
Yeah, but I think it's good because I have much more laps than anyone else in the series. It's a really good position where I'm now.
So you heard it here first, Hedda Hozos, gun for hire. Someone pick her up. Ahead of the launch of Extreme H in 2025, the world's leading motorsport brands came together to discuss the future possibilities of hydrogen in racing. The guests were treated to a VIP tour of the brand new car and a glimpse of how the championship will work.
Thank you all for coming. This feels very much like the beginning of Formula E because we can feel that momentum is there behind hydrogen, but no one really knows exactly how that's going to happen. And I think that's what a car racing championship can help to define. The target of the Hydrogen Hub really is to bring together the community around hydrogen in racing. Is to really have a place where we can share the knowledge, a place also where we can show what we're doing and try to bring people into the championship.
What we wanted to do was to bring companies that were like-minded, that were looking to develop their businesses around hydrogen. That's people like Formula One, NASCAR, WEC, and the FIA. People like Toyota, people like Honda, Hyundai are all involved in the Hydrogen Hub. You know, they talk about 1 year of motorsports equivalent to 10 years of R&D. So how do we work together to actually, you know, create innovation?
It's a very good idea to put best skill in hydrogen and mobility in the world, to have a think tank. Currently, we don't know what is the right direction, but it's the good way to find it.
There was a lot of people in the room, which was very encouraging for the sport going forward, and we hope to be part of that with Extreme H.
I have a really big interest in hydrogen because of climate change, because of the things that are happening in our world today. We need to look for alternative fuel sources, and the racing series is an incredible way to demonstrate the possibilities.
Racing tends to bring everything to the extreme. There's a lot of things that we're using in the mass market we don't know are coming from the racing world. That's the place to be to drive the next generation of innovation.
Motorsport for Symbio is really an accelerator of the technology, and it's a unique lab. It's in extreme conditions, but it's real life, and that's why it's really useful for us.
Hydrogen seems to be very promising for the future, to make a motorsport more clean. Clearly, it's a big opportunity for us to run a car with a zero emission mode like a full EV car, in fact.
That car has to fulfill 2 things. One, first and foremost, is safety. But second, it has to start and to be extremely performant. It's a race car.
It's an evolution of the Extreme E car, so all that learning that we've had over the past 3 seasons, that's now gone into Extreme H. But the exciting thing, of course, is to see how the hydrogen technology is now being incorporated into the overall package.
With the hydrogen car, a lot of people don't know about it. So I think by racing, we have the opportunity to tell people it is safe, it is fun. For long-range transport, for commercial transport, I think it's an ideal solution.
To show the car to all these stakeholders is a really special moment because we're the only ones who have succeeded to make a race car that is going to race in a championship of purely hydrogen. Any racing championship has to be, first of all, exciting. And we think we have an amazing car, huge performance, so fans can expect more of the great excitement we have, but with a completely new technology.
And now it's time for the moment of truth. Launch day in London. It's been years in the planning, but what will the world think of the new Extreme hydrogen car and the championship? One thing is for sure, the Extreme H car is arriving in style.
We're here bright and early, 5:55 a.m. The St Helena is going to pass right behind me through Tower Bridge. It's a massive logistical challenge mooring the St Helena up here, but it's going to be brilliant and we can't wait.
We're on board the St Helena in London for the first time that the ship has been back here since the championship launched, I think 6 years ago. So this is an incredible moment for us, launching Extreme H, and we're about to see the brand new car. No one's seen it yet, so I can't wait. I haven't driven it, I haven't seen it, and it's a really big moment, I think, for the whole championship because it's defining a completely new era of motorsport.
An exciting time, a full house, and certainly a moment for the series to be proud of.
Well, I've been invited along for this launch in a fantastic venue here on the Thames. It's very exciting for the FIA to see hydrogen really coming to the fore. We've talked about it for a while, but it's really nice to see a championship, embracing the technology and launching here today. I think motorsport is a great laboratory, benefit from track to road as they talk about, developing it in competition and then seeing the technology in road cars of the future.
So hello everyone. I want to welcome all of you to Santa Elena. Probably a question that deserves an answer is why? Why we do this? Why we do this transition from Extreme E to Extreme H? Hydrogen can be the solution to store, to carry, and to transform the whole energy system. With this championship that we're launching, we could be having a butterfly effect for the future of huge proportions. That's why I think today it's a really, really important day. How we're going to do this? We're going to do this the way we like it, racing with motorsport. So I invite all of you to follow us in our new adventure, Extreme H. Thank you.
We just took the cover off here together with Carlos Sainz, Katie Mannings and Alejandro. It's amazing to show the car and show it here. I've been waiting for this all year.
This is a special day because it's the first championship with hydrogen involved. I think it's a really huge task. It's a brave move, new championship, new car, new technology, and really looking forward next year.
It's for sure a big development coming up. The center of gravity looks completely different. The car looks lower. The driver sits inside the middle of the cockpit, which is like a Formula car basically, but inside an SUV. Well, I can't wait to race the car.
What excites me the most about new technology is it means our industry is working. This is a test bed for OEMs, and the more relevant we are, the more that we develop here, the more that it's on the streets, and we all keep our jobs.
Extreme H is partnering with Red Bull, which is really exciting. I've been a Red Bull athlete for a long time now, so to see those two worlds collide is exciting. I'm sure we're going to see some amazing things over the next few years because neither does anything by halves.
For us, it's a huge announcement, to have Red Bull with us, this mythical brand that has been really making a revolution in racing. I think it was going to help us make the championship a lot stronger.
this is something that's so different, so unique. It's never been done before. It's probably not going to be done again. And I think that's what sets it apart from everyone else and makes it worth keeping an eye on. We're at a point now where energy has never been more crucial, and we need to look at new ways. And motorsport's fun, it's entertaining, but it's also a proving ground for future tech. So if we can try out hydrogen tech on a racetrack and prove that it works there, expand that to the real world, then we're all going to benefit from it.
Next now, after showing the car, is to test it in public. We will do that in Scotland in the upcoming race. And from there, to manufacture all the other race cars, to put together the teams, to put together the calendar, and to launch the championship April 2025.